Nah, I'm like, that's tough.
Look at this Ravens fan coming.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What up? What up?
What's up, Captain?
I was on the phone.
What's the word?
Shedeur gotta teach that nigga how to get it out the mud.
Yeah,
Y'all saw what Dion said about Shedeur going to the Giants?
Nah, what do you say?
I think they kind of asked him, like, he kind of approved. He said the Giants can draft Shedeur. So that would be.
Oh, you know, he's not going to the Raiders, bro. He's going to the Giants. I think Giants are a good fit for them.
We're doing everything possible to get drafted by the Giants. I even seen him. Huh?
But I'm saying, me honestly, as a team, if I really wanted him, I would say, fuck it, I'm gonna draft him regardless what his father said. What the hell you gonna do? Like,
yeah, but it looking like the Giants gonna have the first pick. Though,
well, that's not necessarily how it works. Because
let him talk, man.
No. Listen, Armani, I get what you're saying. The nigga can say he's not gonna play. He can threaten not to play. Okay.
That's true.
I mean,
so you
was it Eli Manning
not to play?
Was it Eli Manning?
Yeah.
It was Eli.
No, even Philip Rivers.
Nah, but they can still draft him though because the same happened to Reggie Bush. Like the New Orleans said, like the nigga said, "Fuck you, I'm drafting him anyway," and they went to draft the nigga, and the nigga went over there to play. Like,
bro.
Well, I guess it might be different in Shedeur's situation because Shedeur don't have another year in college, does he?
No, he's entering the draft. He's entering the draft.
No, because of the COVID,
he's entering the draft, but he can also decide to come back.
Yeah, because of the COVID, he still hasn't.
He's not coming back yet.
No. But if you
NIL deals are a thing now, so he could come back, bro.
Okay, so if you do that, I draw somebody else.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
He could go back.
Dion still gets what he wants, which is to get Shedeur to.
But I'm just saying, like, regardless, like me as a GM, right? Bro, you're not gonna force me to draft. Like you're not gonna tell me if I get the first pick.
I'm drafting who I want.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me you're not gonna play. Then
so with that argument, with that argument, you gotta draft somebody that's not gonna play. That's gonna affect your team.
Exactly right. Why are you waiting to draft pick?
What I'm saying is, bro, all of us right now, you get a chance to get drafted, right? First round pick, nigga. You're not gonna play for 4 years.
No, so you're only looking at it from like a general standpoint. Of course, as a GM, you have the ability and power to draft whoever you want if they're available. But from what we've seen in past history, like players also have like
leverage.
I don't know if I would say the right, but they definitely find ways to get in.
Yeah, no, that's fact. That's fact.
No. I'm not.
Sometimes they play. They will call them and say, "Don't draft me."
I think we're discussing two different things, right? You're talking about.
Okay, I get what you're saying, right? Like Eli, he forced the trade to the Giants because he got drafted by San Diego, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that was the.
Yeah, that was it.
No, he did.
San Diego drafted him, but he wanted to play.
But it wasn't even him. It was his pops that threatened, like, "Oh, the nigga's not gonna play." But I'm just saying, me as a GM, I'm gonna call you a bluff. Good luck sitting for 4 years, bro.
Okay, but why go through all that when there's?
I don't think no GM want to go through all that because, bro, like now you're especially
that's a waste of your time.
Yeah, especially teams that have first round pick, their team usually shit.
Especially the number one pick.
You gotta drop somebody that's gonna play and make your team better. Like I mean, if the nigga call you say that don't draft me,
realistically, no player that's getting drafted in the first round is gonna be like, "Oh, I ain't gonna play." And if they do say I ain't gonna play, they're on a rookie contract, bro. You can either trade them.
Yeah.
But the thing is with this one though. With the Sanders family, money is not the issue.
Facts.
So the
nigga can't go back to college for another year. Facts. Well, he a senior though. He a senior.
No. But Mo, what I'm saying is, if the nigga says he's gonna go back, fine. I don't lose nothing. I'm gonna just pivot to my plan B. What I'm saying is,
how you gonna pivot to plan B?
You already drafted him.
You already drafted him. There's no plan B.
You already drafted him. If you already drafted him, what's the plan B?
No. What do you mean? If you already drafted, he cannot go back to college? What the hell? He's already drafted.
Yeah, he can.
He can play another sport.
Yes.
He can play another.
No, if he get drafted, he not about to. Why is he go? You can't go back to college after you get drafted.
No, people get. I don't know about football, but soccer, like that happened. He can get in the draft if
No. If he gets drafted, right? Taylor, you talking about?
Yeah, if you get drafted, what the hell? What are you gonna? He gonna go back?
Wait, time out.
Getting drafted doesn't mean you got signed though.
As long as you don't sign and you're a part of the league and you have eligible years in college, you can go back.
Yes, facts. You can go back if you have
once you draft him.
What I'm saying is, like, if the nigga go through with the draft, like you send it into the commission.
Yeah, you submit. Yeah.
I don't know about football, but I've seen in soccer niggas go all the way to the draft, got drafted to the team they didn't want to go to. They went back to college.
Okay,
wait. He can
get me out on this right quick.
I'm not just wait, please. He can threaten not to sign his rookie contract. Okay, he can drag that. Not a problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna have your rights as a player. I'm gonna hold your rights. You cannot go to another team and you cannot go back to fucking college. Like,
okay,
so you hold your Kim Hostage just for a whole year.
Let's say you can't go back to college, nonetheless, right? The other day we were talking about GMs and making business decisions, right? If a nigga is telling you, I don't want to play for your team, or if you draft me, I might possibly sit out, or be out there just turning the ball over, whatever it is, whatever the case is. Why would I take the initiative to draft this nigga that's telling me he don't want to be a part of my organization?
What I'm saying is,
I know what you're saying. I'm not.
Let him finish, Telly. Let him finish.
I know what you are saying. It's just not like that. There's a reason why GMs have stayed away from like players that openly came out and been like, "Oh, I'm not going there," and if they do, this is gonna happen or this is gonna happen.
Okay,
well, I'm not taking that risk with my team. Nigga, I'm drafting somebody high
I get
in
it.
the first round high, so they can come in and produce.
As a G, definitely a GM, you make that move without being in like in the same term with the owner. You're most likely gonna get fired. But I'm saying, me as an owner, bro, if I want this nigga, like. The reason why
you're missing.
Wait,
that's being stubborn.
No, I get what you're saying, but listen to me. I'm saying the reason why this has been working, right? The nigga talk about it's gonna jeopardize, like forcing, is because the owners are letting. Nobody has ever called them on the bluff, you know. Like,
but that happened.
Actually,
that happened before. That happened to Reggie Bush.
Somebody called him bluff before. Mr.
Hey, this
John
nigga gonna be a terrible GM.
John Elway back in the 80s.
Bro, that's happened multiple times, bro. It happened to Reggie.
They drafted him and dude supposed to play baseball.
So
he gonna try to prove these players wrong.
So Dauda, I have a question for you, right? You, let's say, like, you're coming out of college, right? Like, you're highly scouted. You probably had a good season, right? You're eligible for the draft and you declare, right?
Mm-hmm.
And team decides, I'm not gonna play. Well, you're willing to sacrifice 4 years of you not playing. But we all know.
Hell no, I'm not sacrificing. I'm gonna play.
Yeah, but you're asking.
Let me finish, please. Let me finish. Because, bro, we all seen Deshaun Watson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, football, you take 2 years, bro, you're done. Like, you have to play.
Man, that's cap.
That's not true.
Mike Vick sat out 2 years. Mike Vick sat out 2 years, got a $100 million contract.
Mind you, as many players that get drafted to the league, only probably like 1% comes out to say, I don't want to play for a certain team.
So to Bizzo's point, what I'm saying, you're done. Football, what's the average years for a football player?
3 years.
Right, you're missing what I'm saying, though.
8, I think it's 8, right?
Three. More than 3 years.
You sit down 4 years, motherfucker, you're ruining your chances.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but you're missing what I'm saying. Yes, you're ruining your chances or whatever it is, right? I feel like in this conversation, you're being stubborn in the mindset of a GM.
Yes,
in the sense that, dude, obviously it's not the best career decision, but if they're willing to go to that extent in order not to play for your organization, why would you want to even force them to be there?
So I'm not. My point is,
it's 1% of players that come out to say, I don't want to play for this team. Out of everybody that's drafted,
no GM is doing that, bro. No GM.
Most people are good to go wherever.
No, I know. Like I said, no GM would do it, right? But I'm just saying, and then no player would be willing to go through with that, bro. I promise you. Like,
no, but look, I have an argument. If I'm a GM, right, and then if I'm a GM and then in a draft class, let's say Shedeur is he's the most valuable quarterback, right? And I need a quarterback. Let's just put Travis to the side. As a GM, as a conniving GM, I'm gonna draft him even though he don't want to play for me, right?
Thank you.
I'm gonna draft him. Wait, this is the reason why I'll draft him.
Just to trade him.
Yeah, yes, it's gonna be a good piece. It's gonna be a good trade in the market for me. So I will get you and let you know. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get you for this amount of year, and I'm gonna try to trade you for somebody. As a GM, that's a good.
Did with Eli.
Yeah.
No.
And that look, right? Like, if you really want to be petty, right?
Yeah.
You can have that nigga on your team for 7 years, bro. Like,
yeah.
Nah, 6 the max.
Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, once you're eligible for the thingy, for the shit they did to Lamar, the fucking
the tag.
The tag. You can tag a nigga 3 times, my boy.
No, two times. After that, it's over.
So, hear me out.
Nigga, you're not getting tagged if you're not playing. Do you know that?
No,
you can't. They're not tagging anybody that's not playing. Nigga, they tag people.
Yes. Hold on, please. Wait. You're right? But I'm just saying. So if I don't, let's say if you don't sign, then you cannot play. And so whenever you decided to sign, I have your rights. Whenever you decide to play, I have your rights. So you have to get signed. Do we agree on that?
Yeah.
I don't want to agree because I didn't fully capture it.
No. Okay, I'm saying you're right. You cannot tag somebody that didn't sign, right? But let's say like I have your rights. I drafted you. I spent the draft pick on you. I have your rights. You said you're not going to sign a contract. That's fine. But as long as you want to play football, you would have to sign. You cannot get up and sign with another team. I have your rights. Just wait.
What if he signed? What if he signed that contract?
I think sometimes we start these debates.
No.
We start to look at all these external ways things can go, right? Now, hear me out.
No, wait.
I think if you're going to draft a player...
Let me just finish making my point, please. Like,
you've been making the same point for 15 minutes.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like,
do you agree with what I just said, though?
No.
So if I draft you, if I draft you, right, and you say you're not going to sign your contract, okay, I still hold your rights. You cannot go and sign with another team. So he
can go to the secondary league.
I want you to hear me one time when I say this. I don't think what you're saying is wrong, and I'm gonna follow that up with. I feel like sometimes we get into these debates and we look at all these external factors as far as like, oh well, this could happen or this could happen. The best outcome of drafting a player that
is for the nigga to contribute.
Player for your organization is to probably use them to like trade, like David said. Nigga, you ain't got no business drafting that nigga, bro. You're just making dumb decisions and being petty, which is not the job of a GM.
So I moved past that, like to David, to Dada's point, right? When he said like, you know, I can hold up for trade pieces or whatnot. But I'm just like, if I wanted to be petty, extra petty on top of that.
Is that the job of a GM?
No, you're right. It's not. But I'm just saying, like.
So that's pointless then. So don't bring that point out.
Thank you.
Wait, because Bizzle is saying, well, actually, Bizzle, you can exercise the 5th year option, right? Which gets you an extra year on top of the 4th, and you could tag the nigga 2 times. So
and then you know what that tag mean though? Hold up, Almami, hold up.
Yeah,
you know what that tag? Telly. Do you know what that tag mean?
Yeah, you paying the nigga like top 5 quarterback money, like, you know, I get it.
And then the following year, you know what that tag mean?
Nothing.
You double that money, so you're gonna have dead money sitting on your roster for nothing.
Listen,
you can't get other players.
Listen, the whole point of this, like, was saying that, okay, like the nigga, if you really wanna, like, he cannot force himself.
If you really want to be petty,
like he cannot force himself to.
But what I'm telling you is, with his family status, he's the one person that can do that.
Yeah.
Look at what Eli did. The same scenario. He got drafted, they held him and then traded him. Same thing happened with John Elway.
Yeah, that's
drafted him. The Browns drafted him. He didn't want to play. He went to play baseball.
No, okay, but look, regardless, okay, let's just say, like, let's say you're not being a petty GM, but like Dada said, let's say I have all the pieces of my team, right? You know, I have everything. You know, I'm missing a quarterback, right? And he's the best. He's the best player available.
Stop.
Right? So I can draft him like Dada said in order to trade the nigga, right? In order hoping that, okay, maybe he's gonna play for my team, or if he's still stubborn, I could trade the nigga. But still, I'm not passing on a good player because the nigga said he's not gonna play for my team. No, I'm not doing it.
I get where you are coming from, and part of me would possibly consider like taking that route, like right, like. But if a nigga comes out and is blatantly like, I don't want to go there, I'm not gonna be happy there. That's not like where my heart lies. Although you don't want to skip him in the draft, your best option is to probably get him to trade him. You don't want to get him. You could probably win him over in the long run, but you don't want to get a player just to have him sitting on the. That's a fucking waste of a move draft pick, and it just don't make no sense.
Oh, well, man, earlier I said as a GM, if you do that and you're not in like you know in the same headspace with your owner, you're gonna get fired because that's a suicide. That's a suicidal move. Like
you
as a GM.
obviously, yeah,
But,
for sure.
But you know, some GM one quarterback, the owner want a different one, and then they pick the quarterback that the owner wanted, and that to be a
It's essentially
dumbass pick.
It's essentially the GM's decision. The owner can fire him for it, but the GMs are the ones that make that final call as far as who they want to go after.
Nah, I see the owner override that pick.
Yeah.
Look at the Panthers.
No,
Bro,
listen. An owner
Are you
can.
kidding me?
Look at the Panthers.
The owner can intervene, but it's GM. It's definitely GM job to go pick somebody.
It's the
I'm glad
GM job to
somebody else
pick,
said
right?
that.
But the owner tells them who to pick.
No,
No,
Listen,
the
I
owner
done
can-
seen that happen.
Wait,
the
Yeah,
Giants,
no,
the Giants is the
I-
prime example, Torn.
I done,
the owner can tell you if you don't take this nigga, I'm gonna fire you. Then you don't have no choice, right? But
exactly.
most owners they leave it to the GM.
Alright,
Because
look at the last two drafts, right? Last year, CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. The GM wanted CJ Stroud. The owner overrode that, said pick Bryce Young.
I'm not saying you're missing
happens.
the point. You guys, man, dude, I'm not saying the owner can't override picks or give his input on picks. It is the fucking GM's job. Why do you have a GM? You might as well be Jerry
I
Jones.
get what you're saying. So you said the fact that
But you
it's
still
the job
pull those two.
like the owner
You
can't
still
override
pull
it.
those two outliers out. Like, oh well, look at this. No,
Yeah,
it's the GM's job.
Look at the Falcons then. Last year, the Falcons with
Oh my.
Michael Penix.
Okay, you're right.
The
It's the
owner
owner's
overrode-
job. It's the owner's job to draft players.
No, the owner is not. He got a person to do the job. Sometimes if they like certain players, they will override the GM.
No, listen. We're not. But if you look at it in the league, there's probably like 2-3 people that did that, right? When we talk, like, we gotta look at majority. Majority of owners, they may like this nigga. They may even tell the general manager, like, yo, I really like this nigga, you know, like trying to like point the nigga to drafting him. But at the end of the day, it's the general manager's decision because he's the one building the team.
Thank you. Nigga, majority of owners don't even have the time to be running the team operations for starters.
Silly.
Nigga, this is just like a side investment for them. They like football. They like owning a team. That's it. Now, they can put their input in there. Nigga, if you want to give me 10 more examples of when it happened in NFL history, I'll listen. But I can sit here and continuously tell you it's not their job.
What's not their
Get
job?
that. I'm not saying it's their job. That's what you're not getting.
So nothing else needs to be said. It's not their job.
Wait, what's not their job? What's not whose job?
It's not their job to draft,
the
but
owner's job to dictate who's
being picked. Yeah.
Sometimes
The only owner that do that, the only owner that do that is the GM of his own team is Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones,
Jerry
okay.
Jones is the only owner.
And
But he
the
also
guy-
a GM though. Jerry Jones is also a GM.
He is their GM, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we're going in circle. I mean, the point's been made. Like, you know, if you want to draft somebody to use them as an asset, that a player that doesn't want to be with your team in particular, you can use that to as a trade. But to pick him to be petty, like, okay, you're gonna have 4 years of the quarterback gonna go there and just sunk it up, like, just, you know what I'm saying? What if he decide not to play? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It could just be a bluff, bro. Are you willing to put the well-being of your team on the line?
No, I agree. No GM will risk that because you like that's not like you ruin your career like as a GM. You know, like
Sure. But I mean, hey, we've seen crazier things happen. You know,
And Shedeur cannot go back to college. He's done.
I didn't think so, but
He's
then
actually
I
a
started
senior,
thinking
so he
about
doesn't.
it.
I don't think he doesn't have any more eligibility.
Yeah, and
so he
also-
can't.
I started.
Don't you got
Are
5
you
years
saying-
of eligibility?
No, you don't. That's only if you redshirt your freshman year. Everybody get 4.
Wait, hold on right quick. Are you saying he can't go back to college because he don't have the eligibility, or because if he
Because
enters
he don't
the
have
draft,
the eligibility.
Once you enter the draft, you can't
There
go
we
back.
go.
Once you enter the draft,
yes,
you can't go back.
you can't. Have we looked that up? 'Cause I don't know
No,
about
some
football.
players can enter like where there's a way you enter, see how you test, and then if you don't test good, I think. But that
If
might
you
be
enter the NFL draft, you can't go back.
You cannot. Yeah, you can't go back because you have never been. Like, which player has ever done that before? Like,
Wait, time out though.
I don't know
Time
about
out.
football, but I've seen it. Like, bro, like a bunch of my friends
But
enter a draft
we're
and got
talking about
drafted by a
football,
team.
though. You might be
Okay,
right
but
about that.
I'm trying to look it up. I'm trying to look it up right now.
Not
Yeah,
yet. He's gonna
I
look
think
it up.
NBA and
You
soccer you
cannot.
can go
You
back.
cannot. You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Wait. So I just saw Bronny
It's
James.
NCAA. Anyway,
Nah, that's
I don't
the
know
Yeah.
what the rules
The
are.
NBA. You
I
can
just
do
saw
that.
Bronny.
You're forfeiting your NCAA
Exactly.
eligibility
Yep.
by
With the
declaring for the
NBA,
draft.
Well, time out. I just saw Bronny James.
that's the NBA. You can
We're
do
talking
that.
about NFL.
Nigga, wait, what the?
NCAA is the same, right?
Worse, nigga, it's NCAA. I just saw they're going professional. I'm not saying like
But with
football
the
rules and
NBA,
basketball
it's
rules
not
are
the
different.
actual draft. It's like
Okay. So let's see,
the
right?
combine.
So let's
You
see,
go to
right?
the
I don't think
combine.
that's true because, so for example,
All right, hold on. We don't even have to do all of that. No, once
let me
I'm
do-
looking it up. I pulled it
I got
up.
it up right now too.
Let me
I
say
got
one
it
second,
up.
bro. Like,
Okay.
because some people can enter as a sophomore. So if they enter, can they go back to school?
Okay, that's fine.
Bruh,
Let me just
here it
read
is
it.
right-
Look, Mo, let me just read the rules to you. No, once you enter the NFL draft, you cannot go back to college to play football as you forfeit your remaining college eligibility by declaring for the draft. So you lose it. You can't go back. So like argument, let's just cut it. We ain't got to go back and forth. It's done. You can't.
Yes, and then they have NCAA
Even if
rules
you're a sophomore,
allowing
you can't go back.
exploration.
Huh?
So
Even if you're a sophomore, you can't go back.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing that like what the rules say.
Yeah.
The reason why I mentioned Bronny James is because I know it's a different sport, but the setup that Bronny James had, I'm not sure if other people has explored that before.
Yeah,
In
I'm
the sense
like the
that-
Rule for
Guinea kid
that.
that played for Detroit.
I'm finna tell y'all the rule for that.
Yeah.
A player can draft like they allow players to test their professional prospects
Yep.
under certain circumstances without
Yeah.
losing eligibility.
That's what I thought.
But listen though, a player can declare for the draft and retain their college eligibility if they withdraw before a specific
Thank you.
NCAA
Yep.
deadline. If they
Fair.
stay in the draft
go back.
beyond this
You can
date,
go back.
their college eligibility
No.
ends. And also, if a player hires an agent or accepts benefits from one, they are typically considered a professional and lose
But
their
that
eligibility.
has Amadou.
That has changed with the NIL because now
That
I
has
was about to
changed.
say.
That has changed Amadou because of the NIL.
that's
so
point.
okay. So the big point, they
Once you win a draft, if you win a draft, you cannot.
No, I'm talking
go back.
about getting the agent and stuff and benefits.
No, yeah. But I think going
Well,
back
I
to the
don't
initial
know.
argument,
Agent-
once you win a draft,
Time
you
out.
can't go back.
Agent funds that are being generated or coming from like an agent is different than NIL deals. So I don't know how much that matters. Or
No,
No,
I'm
I'm just
saying
saying
like
about getting
people
an
got
agent.
agents now while they're in college. They have
Yeah.
agents now while they're in college. So that's what I'm talking about.
And then get about like if you're just speaking, just talk. Nobody as a first round pick, right? Like based on
wait,
position.
time out.
Wait,
Go ahead,
just
finish up.
based on positions, like the quarterbacks, they get I think like 20 to 25 mil a year, or even 30, right? For the 4 years. For the 4 years, like of their rookie contract.
Like 46 million.
Yeah, it's between that range. Wide receivers get like 14 to like 20, and like safe, bro.
It all depends what number you are drafted for.
But I'm just saying, as a first round pick, I'm not about to forego that shit to go back to college to get.
Yeah,
NIL
nobody
deals.
doing that. Nobody doing that because you can get injured. Nobody doing that. But we just saying like in the grand scheme of things, you could go back. That's what I'm saying. Like you could go back to school if you
So
wanted
let
to.
me ask this right quick, because I know there are juniors in college that have agents, right? And which is why I was trying to figure out how much it matters. Because there's juniors that have agents don't mean that they can receive like benefits from their agents. The NIL deals allow you to benefit while you're a sophomore, junior, freshman, whatever it is, as long as like your name holds some value.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking that question, not saying you know what I mean, they can't have agents is that can they receive like any funds from the agents?
I mean, the agents get to negotiate deals for them.
So you can negotiate deals. The two different things, though. You know, agents also give you like they front you like money for you to be able to
That's the slippery slope, bro. Because some of the agents they are putting contract in these kids' life where they get a percentage of the rest of their life, like rest of the earning they get for their
but
life.
that's anything in life. That's anything in life. They help you get certain stuff. You sign a contract depending on who you are, like or what you
what I'm
know.
saying is they're setting it up where they'll profit off of this kid for the rest of their NFL career or basketball, whatever career they choose.
I'm saying to that. That's why a lot of time players like me, like that's why a lot of time players when they would get into it, you talk to some of the older guys that have done it before, like how your agent situation is, like because every player don't find the same type of contract with agent.
With the NIL, there's not a lot of case study or whatnot. It's just I done seen one where this one kid he got an NIL deal where they get 10% of any money he make in the NFL.
So,
but what is that
for the rest of his life?
Yeah, that's
stupid. I was asking that question because I believe part of the rule stated that like you can't something about getting an agent and that having to do with like your draft option as far as returning to college. Was that not mentioned?
Yeah, but that goes with the old college rules.
Yeah.
But what exactly was it? What was stated?
Like you can't get an agent.
You can't get an agent, and then what?
Once you get an agent, you're not an amateur no more.
You're not an amateur. You're a pro, right?
Yeah, but college.
That's not true because there's juniors that get agents.
Yeah.
But what? For what? For professional leagues or what?
Yes.
No, like now, nigga, you don't think?
No, I had an agent my junior year in college. Yes.
You don't think Robert Williams has an agent?
Who?
The freshman from Alabama.
But you talking about before, not now. You're talking about before you couldn't have an agent.
Well, we were discussing Shedeur being able to go to college.
No, I mean, you misunderstood what we was talking about. When he mentioned about agent, I'm like, now you can get an agent. Previously, you couldn't because of all the rules they had.
Okay, so Shedeur getting an agent won't keep him from going back to college.
No.
So what would keep him?
So Shedeur has entered the draft, right?
He has entered the draft, correct.
Okay.
But as Mo mentioned earlier, like not Mo, I'm sorry, Amadou mentioned earlier, like you can also enter the draft to test your stock.
So you saying if he withdraw before the draft day, he can go back to college?
If you and you have eligibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
But look, I'm speaking from the notion of like we know that he's going into the draft, right? And if he doesn't get drafted, he's gonna try to go back to college.
Oh no! If you don't get drafted, especially if your eligibility is up, you're not going back.
You going to the UFL?
I've seen a situation, right? I've seen a situation where a player entered the draft, they wasn't picked in the first round, and they went back to college. Not football.
That gotta be soccer.
Yeah, but
that's basketball. That's basketball though.
But wait,
basketball you can't.
But even in football, let's say like you was undrafted and you have eligible years, I think you could go back, right? There's a possibility for you.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
you can't.
Only go back
once you enter the draft, you declare, and the draft goes on. You can't go back.
You can't go back. Yeah, once the draft happens, you don't get picked. You done.
Yeah.
Nah, that don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me.
It's the rule. It's literally. I'm looking at it right now.
You gotta withdraw before.
Even if you're a sophomore, so that means you can't go back to school.
Well, nigga, why did you enter?
You usually
can go back to school, but you can't play.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
We need to talk to somebody. We need to talk. I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
Well,
okay, we lying.
It's totally true,
bro. Look, I'm telling you, I'm reading the facts. He's saying it's not true. I'm literally reading it.
No, I'm not discounting what you're saying, right?
Mo, look it up on your phone.
I'm driving.
I said more.
Oh, I was saying I brought up Ronnie James' situation for an example because he was able to like test the draft without like forfeiting his eligibility.
Right.
And I just don't know if other people has explored it. I know NFL is different than NBA.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. You remember dude, what's his name? Amadou, the Guinean that used to play for Detroit?
Yeah.
He's freshman year at Kentucky.
Yeah.
He tested the NBA draft. They projected him to be between the late and second round pick, right? He was 18 at the time. He came back to because he tested the combine. He was still able to come back to Kentucky because he didn't stay until the draft happened.
No,
Sure.
so he didn't test the draft. It was the combine that he went to, right?
Yeah, he tested it, and they told him where he was going to be slated. He didn't like it, so he came back to Kentucky, played one more year, and then got drafted in the first round.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some work.
There gotta be some sort of work around that.
Okay, look. All right, look. Let me just read this right quick. Okay, so like what Amadou was saying, a college. Damn, who the fuck in the truck?
Not me. Right?
Oh, can you mute up a little bit?
Okay.
So look,
Is that nigga breaking into a car?
No, nigga.
okay, look. So look, it said a college basketball player, right, can enter the NBA draft as an early entry and still return to college. If they declare for the draft but are not selected, as long as they withdraw from the draft before a specific deadline, usually around mid-June, and terminate any agreements with an agent that may have signed with. This allowed them to retain their eligibility. Now, once you don't do that, you're done.
Okay, so let's go walk around it. So you can
the argument we were making, once you go into that, because Mo, you said it, I have it on recording. You said it when the situation where players go in, they don't get selected, and then they go back to college. You said that.
Yep.
So
that's what I said.
Yeah, I'm saying we're saying in NFL. I'm reading it for the NBA and NFL. Once what Amadou said is actually on point. Well, if that deadline you actually go into it and you don't get drafted, nigga, you got to go to the G League and work your way back to the NBA. Ain't no going back to college.
I didn't say anything about deadline. I said you could go back. So that
what I'm saying
in the NFL, you can't go back.
Yeah.
In the NFL, once you're in the draft, you're done.
But he just said this is a certain deadline. He just said
deadline.
Yeah, but Mo.
NCAA basketball, that's basketball rules.
No, but Amadou, to your point, what he said out of his mouth, there's a situation when somebody went and I think he was talking about soccer, that they went and didn't get selected and they went back to college. And we said, okay, that might be that situation, right? And I'm not saying that that's not fact. We're talking about NBA and the NFL. And specifically in the NBA, if you go past that deadline, you enter that draft and they go past you, you're done. So there's no work around it. You're done.
Is it deadline before the draft or after the draft?
Mo, what?
No, it's before.
I'm asking you a question. It's a legit
That's
question.
a catch-22. Like, if I give you you need to pay this by the 17th. The deadline is the 17th. You think after the deadline gonna be like it's self-explanatory. You get what I'm saying?
So the deadline be after the draft. I mean before the draft.
It's before.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I don't know what date the drafts are.
No, it doesn't matter the date. If I say do this by the deadline, the deadline is to do it before we actually go through the shit that we're supposed to do.
Yeah, but I didn't know a specific. You said a date. I didn't know this. I didn't know if that day was before or after. That's why.
So Mo, if I tell you right now, your bills is due. The deadline for your bill is the 17th. Are you paying on the 19th or the 17th?
All right, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying I didn't hear what you said.
Okay.
I didn't hear the date. Like I'm saying, was that before or after? I was asking.
Got you. Okay. So so it's the deadline. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like he probably can't go back to school, but
no, he can't. If he go past the deadline, he can't.
The story is as a GM, you make the business decision. Like there's hella talented players coming out the draft. I know teams have needs. Man, you could also go like trade and get a quarterback, right? Like, I just wouldn't draft a ball.